Sorry, pal. We're out of gas and your engine is boiling. Let's see if we can fix you up here. We'll be back on the road in no time. Stranded in the middle of nowhere. Somebody forgot their toolbox. If it wasn't for the sand and rubble, the impenetrable darkness, the legions of bugs, and that awful smell of gasoline everywhere, this sure could make a nice place for a picnic. If it wasn't for the sand, the impenetrable legions of them, that this sure. Hello? Anybody in there? I could really use some gas. Locked. Of course. My tires should still last a couple of miles. Dad used to say, a flawless establishment needs flawless window panes. No juice. Terra Incognita Scenic Highway. Next town ahead. Long shot by the sea. Sounds promising. Out of gas. And not a chance. I need to find some gas and engine coolant first. Some of these constellations seem familiar. Or do they? Hansen's ice cream. I used to love it when I was little. At least the cold chain is unbroken. I wish. It's frozen shut. This loot box contains only some rusty pliers. How should I open the door with these rusty pliers? Locked. Of course. Meals on wheels. Your order is waiting. Does it ever rain here anyway? No way. A hidden replacement key. That was too easy. As if it wanted to be found. It fits. That was almost too easy. It's pitch black. I can't even see my own hands. There's something funny about that picture. Oops! A hidden switch. This must be the main fuse. Electrical cables. Zip! I know this image. Daytona Beach Race 58. What an event. This thing wouldn't take me far out here. The landscape on that picture vaguely reminds me of home. It's a picture of a buffalo. Extra large, no refill. What I wouldn't give to be there. This is the end of nowhere. I wonder if these postcards would ever reach their destination. This one shows a map of the area. I'll take it with me. Quite off the beaten track. Cherry pie. If there's something I can't stand, it's cherry pie and hot coffee. Looks dusty. "20% bun, 5% cold cuts, and 75% cling film. Thanks, but no thanks." All I have left are a few Deutschmarks. Pretty useless out here anyways. Coffee. If there's something I can't stand, it's cherry pie and hot coffee. Again, that ghastly tune. Now they are working again. Drink up. You must be dying of thirst. Milestones. Did they ever actually help anyone? Not until I have found a way to cool down the engine. Cold water is leaking out. Cold as ice. Exactly what I need. There you go. Have some Kool-Aid. Done. Finally, we can make off again. Oh, come on. Start already. It's that darn oil pump again. Looks like we'll be stuck here for a while.
Sure this is the right place? When's the next bus back to the city? Beverly, I have arrived. I feel spewed out into the most barren, dark void of Europe. All things considered, this could most likely be the best vacation ever. Feeling chilled out already. The next city is like 1,000 miles away. Ah, yes. That's where I am. The bus stop. My gateway to the outside world. Brr, looks cold. Its heydays are over. Paddleboat rental. 1 hour, 1 Deutschmark. Paddleboat rental. 1 hour, 1 Deutschmark. Hades. Paddleboat rental, souvenirs, fishing supplies. Closed. A hiking map of the region. The upper section has been torn off. Truberbrook, county of Brokenlande, 1 kilometer, or 0.621371 miles. I wonder what that is. Arrived at destination after a short walk. Truberbrook, a tranquil little town. Seems a bit run down. I must say, Beverly, I absolutely fell in love with this town already. Wooden fences always remind me of my old neighborhood. That is one strange-looking cat. That's probably the town's landmark. There's a selection of local charcuterie on display. Würstebrei, Stippgrütze, Schlachte Platte, Pothoeke, Tote Oma. The mysterious village. Who is into this kind of stuff? Beverly, I discovered the local movie theater, Mobius Palace. The favorite genres around here appear to be Western and noir. The time-traveling machine. Complete nonsense from a quantum mechanical perspective. This must be the place. Small ads, postings, announcements. They're holding a town fair soon. Exciting. I should check into my room first before I start exploring the town. Evening.
Hey. Nobody there, huh?
Doesn't seem so. Today's menu, nothing. That's quite a few fishing rods they have there. They don't seem to have many bookings. All the keys are still there. Please ring bell for service. We only serve small pots of coffee outside the restaurant. This leads to the rooms. Look at all these beautiful people. Must be some kind of ancestral gallery. Where is everyone?
I saw someone here just a minute ago.
Hello? I'm not going to give up.
Good afternoon. How can I help you, darling?
There's a room reserved for me. You know the lottery? I won a stay over here.
You won? How can you win a stay in Truberbrook?
Well, actually, I don't really remember taking part in any lottery myself. Yet I received this winning notification.
What was the name again?
Hans U. Tannhauser, Jr.
Tannhauser, 11hauser. Oh, Dr. Hans Tannhauser. Oh yes, here we have it.
Say, is it a quiet room?
Seeking some peace and quiet,
Well, I'm working on a text and I could really use some serenity.
Text? Are you a kind of writer or something?
I'm a physicist. Right now, I'm writing a paper on quantum physics.
I've heard worse. You arrived just in time for the big anniversary celebration. Truberbrook is a bit noisier than usual around these days. But apart from that, I'd say you have nothing to worry about in terms of disturbance. Here's your key, Dr. Tannhauser. My name is Trude, by the way.
If you don't mind, where are all the other guests?
Let's put it this way. The season in Truberbrook is already over.
I get the impression the season has been over for some time. What?
Please, you've got to help me.
Did that guy just disappear with my paper? Something unusual happened. There was an uninvited guest in my room tonight. Now that he's escaped, I'm going to chase him down. At least it seems the burglar didn't rummage through the cabinet. What a mess. I don't want to mess up the crime scene. Hanging dead animals on your wall is a bit eccentric. It seems rather unpleasant outside. I better not. It'll start raining in. Creepy. Some kind of a sea monster. Must be a local myth. What is this? Some kind of goo. I don't want to go back to bed. I'm on a mission. Where did he go? So many rooms. So few guests. Darkest night. In the pale starlight, this village appears to be composed of jagged silhouettes and loneliness.
Hey there. Taking a little night stroll?
Someone was in my room.
You only just got here and you already have secret admirers?
No, it was a burglar. I think.
Well, I haven't seen anyone sneaking around here, but if I were you, I would probably follow these somewhat extremely obvious footprints.
You've got a point there. Please excuse me. This situation is growing aggravating. I followed the person who stole my notes into a kind of dead-end street. And now he's vanished. Picture me standing here at the edge of the world, stripped of my writings.
I wonder who on Earth would steal a paper on quantum physics.
What's this trail of slime the burglar left behind?
Oh. I don't really want to know what he stepped in there. Do you like ghost stories? It is said that a Proto-Germanic cult used to live up here in the mountains. They prayed to the spirits of the forests. I know it's a long shot, but maybe this visitor of yours is one of those spirits?
Those Proto-Germans sure had a lot of imagination.
Nonsense, I was just trying to mess with you. What was your name again? Tannhauser? Name's Gretchen. I'm an anthropologist. In fact, those old Proto-Germanic ritual grounds just so happen to be my special subject. One of them is supposedly somewhere around here, though I haven't been able to find it yet.
Gretchen, well met. Now that's all well and good, but what am I going to do without my notes?
You know what? I'm going to help you track down that burglar. It looks like he escaped with one of the old gondolas. I bet he's hiding somewhere in the mountains, which, incidentally, is also where I was heading. Come on, you're a scientist. You're coming with me now and you're going to help me find this ritual site. Who knows, maybe you'll even find your evil spirit there. The one with an interest in quantum whatchamacallits. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. So what do you say? You with me? Ha! I knew you had the spirit of adventure in you. Are you ready to go? I'm ready to go. The early bird catches the worm and all that. We have to find a way up the mountain. It would be easiest if we used a cable car. I reckon that's also what our friend thought.
The cable car doesn't exactly appear to be in pristine condition. What do you think?
Don't worry, I'm sure I can fix this. like. The master key is missing and a weasel damaged the electric mains.
Maybe it was the burglar who did this.
The plan. I'll hold the position and try my best. Why don't you take a look around town? We need the master key for the cable car. Also, we need to override the broken mains. Think you can remember that?
I'll try to remember.
Let's go. This is going to be fun.
These binoculars should provide an excellent view of the opposite lakeshore. It's glowing red. It seems you need a special key to get the thing running.
Indeed, mastermind. Did you already ask around town? Maybe someone there has it.
Hi.
Hey.
So, how long have you been here?
The day before yesterday. Feels much longer, though. And just saying, the public transportation around here? Germany is a mess.
Why Truberbrook of all places? It's hard to find, even on a map. But I'm not from these parts, after all.
I've been trying to pinpoint the exact location of those ritual grounds for a while now. And when I finally found them, I immediately took off. The people around here are nice, but also a little weird, don't you think?
I was given a warm welcome, though.
Tell me about yourself.
What would you like to know?
So you're from the States, huh?
The United States of America.
Where from exactly?
Woodinville, Washington.
Never heard of it. Any bigger cities nearby that I might know?
Seattle, the rainy jewel of the Northwest. Heard of it?
Oh yes, I know the place. I was passing through some time ago.
You've been to the States?
Yes, once. That was a few years back, though. Actually, I had come to New York to attend a conference. But then I got acquainted with some folks there and stayed a while longer.
A while longer? In New York City?
Not the whole time, no. Took a little road trip. First off to the New England states, Boston, Waterville, all the way up to Moosehead Lake, Mount Catherine, and so on. Then Canada and the Midwest. Montreal, Toronto, Detroit, Chicago. On and on. Then Washington State. Sort of got stuck there. Oregon, down to San Francisco. Ah, those were the days.
Wow. You must have passed through Seattle on the way then.
Yes, maybe. And that's where you study?
No, I studied on the East Coast, the Cornell, Ithaca, under Dr. Schrodinger. Have you heard of him?
Ah, of course. Now I understand why you're on exchange in Germany.
Exchange? No, it's more of a coincidence. I won the trip.
You won?
Don't ask me. I've never taken part in any lottery.
Interesting. Uh-huh. So. High voltage. There's got to be a way we can fix this. Are you okay? Dear.
Locked. Danger. High voltage. This old generator is running at maximum strength. It's even sending out sparks. Time waits for no man, not even in Truberbrook. I discovered a modern telecommunication system further uptown. This might be important to anybody wondering if the world is still turning at the end of the line. Hello? Anybody there? What was that? Good morning.
Excuse me, sir?
I've been wondering about that cable car.
I don't want to think about the old cable car. This wobbling table is simply unbearable. It's driving me crazy.
Actually, it's quite a nice table.
Be careful. The table is wobbling terribly. You better keep your distance. This table has a horrible wobble.
The antenna provides TV reception for the guest house. It's the window to my room. There's a clothesline up there, right under my window. Wooden fences always remind me of my old neighborhood. This bucket seems to have been hung here for purely decorative reasons. This cat again. Locked. The bus stop. My gateway to the outside world. There's a regular bus on Saturdays. Every other week. That's some sturdy, full-grown reed. A beautiful, healthy tree. Acersoidu platanus, the sycamore maple. Looks like it was struck by lightning the other night. Still looks in good condition, though. There's a selection of local charcuterie on display. Vertebrae? The mysterious village. Who is into the time-traveling machine? Complete non... Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Tenhauser.
Can you tell me something about the old cable car?
The cable car leads up to the old mine. It used to belong to the Baron von Sülz. Then this company from overseas forced him to sell it.
Who exactly is this Baron von Sülz?
Baron von Sülz used to run the mine, a philanthropist and patron of the arts. His wife was the flamboyant Baroness von Sülz. You must have heard of her. Anyway, when the company took over the mine, the Baroness dropped him as well and left the Baron behind. broken man. Now his cat is his only remaining pleasure.
What were they mining for? Do you know?
An old silver mine, so nothing a quantum physicist would be interested in. It's been a few years, back in the days, when there was enough work for everyone. Then this company took over the mine, only to shut it down immediately.
So why did they shut down the mine?
There is talk and rumors all over the town. Allegedly, people started disappearing without a trace. Tourists, poor laborers without families, the odd stranger. Some folks were also talking about toxic residues in the air and the water. But nobody knows anything with certainty. If you ask me, I'm just glad the whole affair has come to an end. All those rumors have kept spa guests away for years, as you can see for yourself.
I've heard enough.
Anything else?
I'd like to report a theft. There was an uninvited guest in my room last night.
In our house? Oh dear, I'm so very sorry. Let me call the police immediately.
Thanks.
I will keep you informed.
This establishment you call your own has quite the charm.
A family business for more than 75 years. Actually, I took over the guest house together with my brother. But now it's just me and my little daughter.
So what happened to your brother?
The only interest that scoundrel had was in his bottles. In the end, that good-for-nothing took a half too much of his Bolzenschuss and just made off.
Being the only guest, I was wondering, how's the season going so far?
Season? We haven't had one in ages.
Your daughter really likes watching TV, huh?
You see, the kid is always in front of the box. She's got her mind set on extraterrestrials and alien worlds. Nonsense, don't you think? Anything else I can do for you?
Trude, would you pour me one of your Pilsner beers, please?
Just a second, Professor. Here, a coaster. There you go. Cheers!
Now where would this lead to? Science fiction. Something involving spaceships.
Please don't stand there.
Hey. She's almost in a trance. She seems very focused. There's something funny about that clock. A dim oil painting showing a couple of withering roses in a vase. Some of the varnish is starting to come off. How poetic. Is that a maggot? It's having a good time. I'll save you, my little friend. They serve traditionally hearty local meals in this place. Apparently, a few maggots found themselves a lovely home in there. Modern cuisine. A lump of minced meat in the shape of a hedgehog garnished with spike-resembling breadsticks, toast Hawaii, cheese skewers. Looks a bit shabby. I don't want to take this with me. If anywhere, it belongs in the trash. But I love cheese skewers. Note to self, the buffet in this guest house is an obvious case for the public health department. This can must have fallen off the table. Locked. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Tannhauser.
About the cable car?
Sure. What else do you want to know?
What about this mysterious company you were talking of?
They are called Millennium Cooperative or something like that. A very dubious corporation. They have connections to the top, if you know what I mean. Way up to the highest circles of power.
What became of the people working the mine?
More and more outsiders came to town. Nobody knows what they were actually doing in the mines. Some went missing, some went crazy. Who can tell? At one point, they even bought the old sanitarium in order to provide housing for their workers. That was before the mine shut down, of course.
I've heard enough.
Anything else?
I noticed something.
Speak your mind.
That door over there hasn't been opened in a while, has it?
That's the door to the cellar, where my brother built his little lair. No one has taken any interest in that door since he left. He just took the key with him. Anything else I can do for you?
I'll be leaving.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tannhauser. By the way, the buffet is open. Please, help yourself.
Before you even know, the world lies in ruins. I hope this isn't a bad omen. This muddle of spots and drips is probably telling more about the room's many previous occupants than I'd wish to know. There's something lying on the floor. It's a massage rod. Somebody must have misplaced it. Maybe somebody hid their money in there. No. Supplemental. I'm afraid the condition of my room is far below expected. I don't want to mess up the crime scene. Just a hanger. Fresh air is still the preferable way to dry your laundry.
mister!
The antenna provides TV reception for the guest house. I don't want to cover up these people's works of art. Creepy. Some kind of a sea moth. Must be a local myth. Locked. Hey. She's almost in.
Hey, mister!
Excuse me. Didn't mean to. Good morning.
Excuse me.
You've got yourself a nice spot here.
It's heartbreaking to see the town in decline like this. Everything's going down the drain.
Good morning.
Excuse me.
Are you all right?
Please don't ask. I can't even savor my cognac as long as this terrible table keeps on walking. What's this? The table stopped wobbling? Oh, thank you so very much. I was hardly able to focus on anything else but this cursed wobblery. Thank you, but I believe this ordinary table is not deserving of your delicate tablecloth.
Actually, it's quite a nice table.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Are you feeling any better now that the table isn't wobbling anymore?
Thank you for asking. But joy? What does it even mean? My life lost most of its joy since Claus disappeared.
Who is Claus?
Claus is my tomcat, an angel of an animal. He was the only one to always remain by my side, but now he's vanished without a trace. Everything in this world is going down the drain. Mark my words.
Maybe he just went for a stroll.
I don't know. Claus was always faithful and stood by my side. Then he just disappeared without a trace. You can't rely on anything in this world anymore. Let me tell you. It's just awful.
Could you tell me something about the cable car in this town? Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
Please excuse me. soft as a feather. I put a nice fluffy blanket over the top of that rowboat. Am I expected to just use my hands to hold it in the water? Subject, species reintroduction. Although I can't return the tuna to the wild as long as it's in the can. Good idea. Now I only need something to sedate the little fella. Oh my. It looks desperate. It won't be this easy getting close to it. We know well enough that cats like to climb. Unfortunately, their bodies seem to be designed for climbing upwards only. Anyway, Beverly, I've spotted a gigantic red tabby in a tree, which, on closer inspection, could in fact also be more like a fox. Assistance may be required. I'll just try luring the cat down with a mating call. Meow. Meow. No reaction. Oh my. It looks desperate. It won't be this easy getting close to it. I put a beautiful, healthy tree. Acersoidu platanus. Brr, looks cold. Good morning.
Excuse...
Any...
Nothing.
Please excuse me. Now look at all these fishing rods. Quite the collection.
You can borrow one if you like, but only in exchange for a pawn. They have a tendency to get lost otherwise.
Pawn? You mean deposit? Now look at all the...
You can borrow... They have a tendency...
Pawn? I don't... Empty. Maybe... No. I'm not tired. This muddle is telling more about the... Before you even know... I hope this is... I don't want to take this with me. If anywhere, it Would this be an adequate deposit for the fishing rod?
I'm afraid not. It should be something that attracts attention but has no real importance. Something you can do without while you are on fishing tour. Oh, thanks. For me?
Does this device suffice as a deposit in exchange for the fishing rod?
Yes. Feel free to leave it here.
Yes, that sounds like a good deal.
Just be sure to bring it back, will you?
They don't seem to have... Well then, good catch. What the... can opener? Good idea. Now I only need something to sedate the little fella. It won't be this easy getting close to it. Oh my. It looks desperate. Good idea. Paddleboat rental. 1 hour, 1 Deutschmark. wooden fences always remind me of... This bucket seems... Now it's a case for the metal restorer.
This crumbling socket looks much nicer without the cheesy armor on top. I don't want to frighten him. Truda would probably not approve of my
Hilarious the
appearance.
Unready? Is that you?
Hi.
Hey.
About the cable car. Question, what was it again that we needed that key for?
We need the master key to get the cable car running in the first place. Why don't you take a look around town? Anything else I can help you with?
Yes, about the cable car. What was the problem with the power line again?
We have to fix the high voltage power cord in order to get the cable car running. If you touch it, it will fry your synapses. We still have to reconnect the loose ends somehow. Anything else I can help?
No thanks. That'll be all.
Good, I'm sure you find a way eventually. I'll try to set up as much as I can over here. Something's jammed there.
No, Hans, that would be a really bad idea. Careful, Hans. Don't trip. It won't be this easy getting close to it. A beautiful, healthy Truberbrook. Subject, species reintroduction. although I can't return the tuna to the wild as long as it's in the can. Good idea. Now I only need something to sedate the little fella. I put a nice fluffy blanket over the top of that rowboat. Truberbrook. A hiking map of the region. The upper section. Wooden. I can't. There's a selection of local charcuterie on this vertebrae. The mysterious villain. Who is in it? The time traveling complete.
The youth of today.
Small ads posting. They're holding a town fair tonight with a band and a raffle. Exciting. Actually, it's quite a nice table. I don't want to frighten him. How did they even manage? The antenna provides... Truda would probably not approve of mine. This old generator is running. How did they even manage? Voila. There's a current again.
I'll just leave. Good morning.
Morning, Mr.
Have you talked to the police yet?
I gave the officer an outline of the crime. It's only going to be a matter of hours before someone will attend to the issue.
What do you mean, a matter of hours?
The police station is right next town, but as you know, that's quite the distance. We have to be patient. As soon as the inspector has solved his current case, he will start working on yours straight away.
Keep me up to date.
I will let you know if there are any new developments.
About the cable car?
Sure.
Do you have an idea what became of the Baron's cat?
After he had lost the mine, the cable car, and his wife, all that remained was a kitten. If you ask me, it was probably a bit too much for the poor creature.
Would you wrap up the whole...
The cable car leads... It used to be they are called a very...
What was it again?
After he had lost... If you ask me...
I've heard enough.
Anything else?
I'll be leaving.
Make yourself at...
Locked.
Please don't stand there.
Excuse me, what's that you're watching?
Never seen a TV before?
Coming up next, a new episode of Rocket Ship Andromeda.
Have you been living under a rock? With a TV set, you can take journeys to other worlds. Now that I think of it, I have never seen you here before. Are you from another world as well?
You bet I am. My name is Hans. I just arrived from Berlin.
Hey Hans, I'm Leni. My mom owns the place.
70,000 light years from home, the rocket ship has stranded in star system Omega 3.
Is Berlin also in star system Omega 3?
Berlin is located right in the middle of Brandenburg, so it is worlds apart.
Brandenburg? Never heard of it.
Star Cybernetation Commander Aurora is searching for a way back home.
And what do you do for a living? Are you a famous cybernetician too?
I'm a quantum physicist.
Quantum... what? Anyways, I'm going to be a star cybernetician.
Only Commander Aurora can disintegrate the even Rulans into thin air with her space beams.
So, do you Berlinalians have any special powers? Can you make things disappear?
I can make incredible amounts of candy disappear.
I can do that too.
Stay tuned, folks. We will be right back after a few consumer-oriented product endorsements.
My uncle knew how to make things disappear as well. I also know where, but I mustn't tell anyone on Earth.
So, what do I have to do to make you tell me?
There's only one thing I can think of. Can you prove you're not an Earthling?
I'll think of something. Look, this is the star log I'm using to stay in contact with my home planet. Just met human child Lenny, keeper of a cosmic secret.
Awesome. Is this a star log for real? May I please?
My pleasure.
This is Leni of Planet Earth speaking. My uncle had a secret stash hidden under a loose plank in room 3.
Room 3? That happens to be my room.
Room 3 used to be where my Uncle Heinz lived.
And where is your uncle now?
My mom says he is now living on planet No Good. I need to know what happened.
Huh. There really is a hidden stash below. Loads of useless junk, and an almost empty bottle of schnapps. I'll only take the schnapps. bolts and shoes. I've already made an entry on supplemental. I'm a In my old flat share, we used to throw the I promise not to. She seems very focused.
I need to know.
I'd rather not. Good morning.
Morning.
Is there not a single policeman in this godforsaken hole?
God-forsaken? Be careful what you say. The inspector is in charge of the whole county. And it has been 15 years since something happened in Truberbrook. A dog had run off, if I remember correctly. Would you like to hear the story?
Not really. Just keep me informed, please.
Of course, Mr. Tenhauser.
About the case?
Sure.
I've heard enough.
Anything else?
I'll be leaving.
Make yourself at home.
Good morning.
Excuse me.
So what's with the cable?
I used to own. Everything was taken away from me. Those maniacs destroyed everything. The cable car, the mine, the whole village.
Please, go on.
More and more outsiders came to town. What they were actually up to in the mine, no one knows for certain. But after a few years of quick profits, they shut down the place and closed the cable car altogether in one go. Just think of it. This was my life's work. They closed down the mines, drove away the people, and turned a once flourishing community into a ghost town.
Who are these maniacs you're referring to?
The Millennium Cooperative, a multinational conglomerate of enterprises. Ruthless and unscrupulous. They leave us little family businesses with next to nothing.
You ran a mining business?
Well, but yes. I am the Baron von Sulz, entrepreneur and mining engineer in the third generation, district mayor of Truberbrook Sulz and Truberbrook Düssel, assistant secretary to the municipal council, patron of Truberbrook and the arts, well known beyond the borders of this country.
What do you mean they destroyed everything?
First, they stripped me of the mine. Then, more and more dubious eggheads and foreign workers started pouring into town, driving visitors away with the gigantic machines.
These must have been difficult times for you.
I appreciate your concern.
Would you mind lending me the key to the old cable car?
The cable car, the cable car! What do you want with it? There's nothing worthwhile up there. Don't bother me with your mumbo-jumbo, will ya? My faithful cat Claus has abandoned me. That's all I can think of right now.
Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
Please excuse me. You like this, don't you?
Claus?
Good morning.
Excuse me.
Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
Please excuse me. Nowhere to run from here, kitty. Oh, I think he passed out. Now I've got you. Is this by chance your cat, Claus?
Oh, my beloved Claus. Where have you been? You look exhausted, old friend.
Good morning.
Excuse...
Would you mind lending me the key to the old cable car?
You've been so kind to me today. You have reunited an old man with his loyal cat. I'd have given you everything. My heritage, my stocks, my startups. Yet all you desire in your modesty is this aged key. Here you are. I can't fathom what you may want with it, but please take it.
Hi. I just...
All right. Good job. The cable car is good.
Now that the cable car is fixed, we need something to replace the missing gondolas.
Hi.
Hey,
About the cable car? And you really want to go up there?
why are you afraid? Whatever we find over there could be of great importance to the Institute of Anthropology. Come on already! And that cable car looks sturdy enough, doesn't it?
Okay,
Anything else I can help?
No thanks. Well then.
Bye. See you soon.
I met a woman named Gretchen in Truberbrook. She is a fellow scientist. Gretchen studied anthropology in Vienna.
Could you please focus on the task at hand?
I'm sure this will take us up the mountain.
are some klutz. We'll meet on top, in case you manage to find a way. See ya!